Well, hello there, and welcome to Max How To Videos, where today I'm excited to show you guys the Famree automatic cat litter box. Now, this item has just hit the market, and I was lucky enough to be one of the first people picked to do a review for you. With that said, this is not a paid sponsored video. I was sent this item free of charge to do a true, honest review for you, and that is what I'm going to do. By the end, I will have spent 2 to 3 weeks testing this litter box, comparing it to a few of its competitors to let you know if it otherwise exceeded my expectations, met my expectations, or did not meet my expectations. But hey, with that said, let's start with the unboxing. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. What I really like about this one is that it's a lot lower to the ground. It's a little smaller. Let me get this plastic wrap off. Let's see what we got here. I like how it comes all in one unit, so you don't really have to assemble it. But it's got a mat to the inside. This is what it looks like. Right here, it's the back side. That's pretty cool. It all comes apart. Oh, look at that. It comes with power cable, looks like some garbage bags, a manual. That whole stack of garbage bags. AC power cable. User's manual. More garbage bags. So these are what the little bags look like that hold the fecal matter. Nice little bags. That's pretty cute. I like how it's all snaps in, all nice and easy. Here we go. That pops up. Oh, that is super easy. Look at that. So here is the minimum and maximum fill line for the litter. And this is roughly what it'll look like once it's all put together. Now, after combing through what felt like countless hours of footage, I was able to obtain a few decent shots of the cats actually using the litter box. And I know it's so entertaining to watch cats, go to the bathroom, but here's a shot of Luna. She's the white cat. Look at her just going in there and sitting there all proper like, while Simba, the orange cat here, he doesn't care. He's just gonna crawl right in there. He takes up the whole bowl, so he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna plop myself right here and then back myself out, type of thing. Leo, he's the black cat. Now, I wasn't able to get any footage of him actually using the litter box. He seems a little unsure of it at the moment, but I'm sure in time, once he gets used to it being around, he'll eventually give it a try. Once the cat leaves, I believe the machine waits roughly about 3 minutes before it starts its rotation and starts to siphon out the waste. You can see in the footage it does a real good job doing so, and honestly, it's very quiet. In fact, it's quieter than my Litter Robot 3 by almost 10 decibels most of the time, so I'm pretty impressed. Here you can see that the bag does a pretty good job retaining the disposed of waste. When it comes time to replacing the bag, it is very simple. Just slide it under the two tabs, loop it around the edges, and then tie it around the retaining hooks.
Well, now that we're all done testing, it's time for my favorite part of the video, and that is the actual review. Now, I'll be reviewing this product over 4 different categories on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being poor, 5 being the best. So let's go. The first category will be appearance and quality. Now, I really do like how they got these little subtle accent color pieces as well as a light ring around the touch sensor buttons. It definitely gives it that modern or even futuristic look, and I really like that.
As of this video, there are currently 2 different colors you can choose from of this litter box. There is the turquoise green as well as a cherry blossom pink.
Another thing I really like is the size. It's honestly not much bigger than a standard enclosed litter box. It currently measures roughly 19 inches wide by 20 inches long by 20 inches tall.
Now compare that to my Litter Robot 3, which is roughly 25 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 30 inches tall.
Which is like an extra 10 inches in clearance. And everybody knows that no matter what the situation is, every inch matters. Or I should say in this case, every lack of an inch matters. So definitely has that going for it. When it comes to cleaning, it's very easy to clean. It only comes in 2 different pieces. You just wash out the bowl, you wipe down the base, all good. There is one flaw, or I should say one thing I found when it comes to cleaning that I would definitely change, and that is the drain plug. Yes, the plug itself is good, but it comes on a, it's on a flat surface. All right, so the water just collects there. It doesn't funnel out the hole. So I definitely try to give it more of a funnel shape on the backside, so the water just goes right out that back hole. So you don't have to shake it vigorously to try to get all the water out. It's a pain. Now for the quality, definitely yes, it's made out of plastic, of course, but it's very durable plastic. All right, she will hold up, like I said, when it comes to cleaning, very easy. So definitely good. But there is one thing that I could see being a potential failure. All right, that could totally just cripple this whole thing and turn from an automatic litter box to a standard one real quick, and that is the retaining hooks that hold the bag in place. All right, when you try to tighten it down on there, yes, I could totally see someone easily just breaking them off. And the thing is, currently it looks like they are one with the housing, or I should say the dome. So it's not like you could just replace that part. So you break them off, now what are you gonna do? You have to really tie knots in those bags to hold them in place, I guess. So that's something that I see as a failure. What I do to change that would be, or I should say improve it, would be to make it so that it's an interchangeable part. So if you break it off, you could just order new hooks and then otherwise clip them into place or screw them into place, whatever, fasten them down in there, and you'd be all good. So because of that, I will have to give the overall score a 4.5 out of 5. So, all right, next category is features. Now, yes, this is an automatic litter box. It's got that going for it, but it also has the capability of being able to hook up to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So it'll be able to go through an app on your phone or even link to like an Alexa or something like that. I don't have anything like that to test it out. Not really into it. So yeah, but supposedly it's able to do that stuff. So that's pretty cool. For the app, I was able to test that out. I had a little issues trying to navigate it. For some reason, it was a little complicated. Yes, they got a video and instructions on how to link this device or this item to your device through the app. Whatever, I think it's a little complicated to use. For some reason, every so often, I'd go in there and this litter box would no longer be detected in there, and I would have to add the device from the homepage, even though if you went to history, it still had like the records of when this thing cycled. So I don't really know if that's something that's wrong with this individual litter box, or if there's a bug in the app, or if that's just normal. No idea, but it was a little weird for me. And I could see that, someone who actually wants to use this feature is finding that a little annoying. So another feature this thing has is the remove odor. All right, that's a pretty cool feature. Wasn't again able to really test it out that well since it was in the room with 2 other litter boxes. However, I did know when it came time to empty this thing out, it didn't smell as bad as the others. So there must be something there. You got the touch sensor buttons, which is pretty cool feature to have. I do like how it uses standard bags versus a custom size that you have to order, like the litter robot. You have to pretty much order their bags to fit in there because I've yet to really find a good size that actually fits perfectly. So that's why I just use the drawer. I don't even use bags. Since it's a plastic drawer, I just empty it out. So that's a pro and a con, I guess, on that end and whatever. So I do like how it's got that going for it. And yeah, again, 2 pieces, very easy to assemble. So I would give that a 4.5 out of 5 for features because there's some things that can still be improved on. But next category is price. Currently, they are listing this thing out on the market for just under $600, which, yes, that sounds like a lot of money for a litter box. But when you compare it to its leading competitors, like the litter robots, the litter robot 4 is literally listed for $700 to almost $1,000 online. Yes, there are other companies out there that got models that are slightly cheaper, but I personally don't think that they have the quality or the amount of features this thing has for them. So I think the price is fairly fair, and I would give that a 4 out of 5 for price. The last category, and most important and crucial category, is performance. How well did this thing hold up to its competitors? And well, honestly, it was at par, if not above par, with them. And what I mean by that is 2 of my 3 cats love this thing. They were utilizing this thing just as much as just the standard litter box. They sort of like abandoned the litter robot 3. The 3rd cat, he was a little scared. He's a little skittish about this thing. Every time he looks at it, he's like, I'm not sure. And then he'll go and utilize the other 2. It did take him a while to get used to the litter robot 3 when I first got that. So it could just be because it's new. He's not familiar with it. He's not sure. So not a surprise there. But like I said, this thing did great. All right. However, there were a few issues that I had with this thing. One, all right, when it came time to do a full clean, empty out all the litter, if you have a lot of litter in there, it doesn't want to catch it all at once. It took me 2 cycles to get most of it into the bag, and there was still quite a bit left in the bowl. I had to vacuum it out. Maybe adding a little lip or something that catches on the inside to help force the litter in. That might help a little bit too. Honestly, I'm not really sure how you go about fixing that, but yeah, that was one of the issues I had. I also found that during the cycles of having all that litter, it forced it out into this little crevice right here in the front, or when cats kept walking in and out, they'd kick it up in there, and so now you got litter building up there, which then eventually forces it down into the base, which is just annoying. Some ways you could go about fixing that is one, you otherwise extend this opening so that it's past this front, and then have a lip so that it just dumps the litter out onto the little floor mat, which that floor mat actually does very, fairly well. It holds the litter in place as well as it's pretty easy to clean. Don't step on it barefoot though, it doesn't feel good. But yeah, another way you could fix is maybe put a rubber seal of some sort that rubs on the inside here, maybe have it at an angle so that it helps force the litter back into the litter box. I don't know, but that was something that was sort of annoying, having it all start collecting down there. So yeah, I would definitely give it a 4 out of 5 for performance, which is really good. Which brings us to like an overall rating of 4 out of 5. Honestly, again, this is one of my favorites, if not the favorite, out of all my litter boxes. It does great. I like how it's just, the size. There are a few little things that I don't care about that doesn't quite, I would definitely fix. It's missing the little blue light like the litter box has. It has a little night light on the inside, which I think is a cool feature on that. I don't really know how much the cats really enjoy it, but I think it's a cool feature that this thing doesn't have. But again, it's just I don't know. It does really good. I like it. I recommend it. Supposedly I'm getting a discount link. If I have it, I'll put it down in the description below. Check it out. But if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button below that and subscribe to my channel to see more how-to videos or reviews. If you have an idea for a how-to video or you have a product that you'd like to be reviewed, please let me know in the comments below that, or hit me up on one of my other social media accounts. But with that said, God bless and good luck.
Ready?